Hey guys, welcome to Ryan's Reasons. My name is Austin, and today I'm starting my daily recaps of the Autumn Gold Curling Classic going on at the Okotoks Curling Club in Okotoks, Alberta. Right now, we already have one A qualifier set up for later today, and it's a Battle of BC. Kamloops' Corinne Brown up against Victoria's Team Taylor Reese Hansen, and it's going to be a great matchup. But first, I want to go back to the teams that those teams have beaten so far. First for Reese Hansen, the first one came against Selena Sturmey. Then they beat Silvana Tiranzoni. That's a big one that I'll get to a little bit later. Then this morning, they defeated Scotland's Team Rebecca Morrison. That's about to be Team GB at the Winter Olympics in Italy. For Team Brown, they started off with a victory over young Yuena Mayura of Japan. Then they beat Team Sayaka Yoshimura, the Japanese potential Olympic representatives, in Italy. And then this morning, they beat Team Xenia Schwaller from Switzerland. That particular win for Team Reese Hansen against Team Tiranzoni, very unexpected. We know that Tiranzoni is the number 2 ranked team on the planet, but Team Reese Hansen was dialed in. Throughout this game, when we got to skip rocks, I was thinking, just make sure you're careful about what you're leaving Patsy, or of course, Alina Pats. But Taylor and the team were dialed in right from the start, and they got their breaks a few ends in. A deuce, another deuce in the 5th, and then a steal of 2 and 6 to shut the door, 7-2. This morning's game against Rebecca Morrison wasn't as easy, but they had Hammer tied coming home, and Rebecca hit and rolled too far, so Taylor didn't have to throw her last rock, and her team had won the game. For Team Brown, they've been cruising basically the whole way. A solid 8-end victory over Mayura, then cruising in 6 ends to beat Sayaka Yoshimura, and then also doing the same, winning 5-1 against Schwaller. Those teams are fired up and ready to go, so it's going to be a great A qualifier later today. Currently going on, or about to be going on as I speak, are 2 other A semifinals on the other side of the bracket. Team Stefania Constantini of Italy up against Team Kim Yoon-ji of Korea, who has won this event the last 3 years in a row. The other game is Team Kayla McMillan, also of BC, up against Team Ha Sung-yoon, who's coming off of winning a title at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. 2 amazing matchups, and it's going to be great to see them face off. There are currently 3 B-side quarterfinals set up for later today. Team Isabella Rano of Sweden up against the aforementioned Team Morrison. A great clash there. Then we also have Selena Sturmey against Graceland Richards. Richards is the skip of the current top Pandas rink. Selena Sturmey is University of Alberta Pandas alumni. Kind of makes you think of that song by Designer, right? Those are the 2 main ones that I'm really keeping an eye on. But we also have Krista Hilker, who was a part of the team that made the final in Alberta last year. Last year, basically, playing lead for Nikki Kaufman, as she's back skipping and taking on Team Schwaller later today. Lastly, I just want to talk about how important it is that commentators who are active players come in and take the time and commentate games while they're not playing. For example, the treasurer of the Autumn Gold, Kayla Skrillik, has stepped up and done a lot of commentary so far already. The first 2 draws yesterday she commentated, one with ice maker Mike Libis, and the other with Aaron Sluchinski, who's a member of Team Kevin Cooey. And this morning, she commentated yet again. She's been doing an amazing job, and it's so fun to watch her do her thing. Plus, we also had Kyler Kleibrink, who stepped in and commentated a game earlier yesterday in the 3rd draw of the day, as he's a member of Team Darren Molding, who won an event in Airdrie last week. So they're already getting off to a great start as it is. It's great to hear Kyler's comments on the action going on as well. Thank you, everybody, and see you tomorrow for another recap of the Autumn Gold.